friends. So I was just sitting here thinking about how aspects of my internal experience have changed and how pleasant and freeing it is. Like, for instance, you know how when you go out in public and people will say crappy things or snide things from time to time, people you don't even know, because they'll misunderstand what's going on. Stuff like that used to make me so irritated and so mad. But like things like that, I'm finding don't get to me. It's like, and then I'll feel like this little like space of compassion for the person who said, like, this happened last night, just being out at the store, and then also just so many different places where things used to really bother me and used to really get me frustrated. It's just not happening. It just doesn't even. And I was thinking about, like, why? How? I mean, because, like, yes, the meditation, yes, the disidentification from the form identity, the different kinds of bringing the unconscious conscious exercises over the years. But I like metaphors and analogies. And so think about, like, when you have, like, a cut in your mouth, or like a canker sore or a scratch or something. And I have a habit of doing this. I have to really work hard to not do this when I have that going on. And you're constantly, like, touching it with your tongue and messing with it. And it doesn't heal. It just continues to, eventually it heals. But you know, this is kind of the best way I can think of describing this in a metaphorical way. When you have some kind of a wound that you keep going back to and messing with, and you don't just let the body's natural healing processes just take over and heal. The things that I share on this channel with you guys, it's just my life experience. It's things that I've gone through. It's things that I've done that have worked for me. I'm not trying to be your little armchair psychologist over here. I'm not into that. I'm just sharing what's worked for me, and I guarantee you it has worked. I used to be a little ball of frustration and irritation all the time, or, like, you know, those little comments that people would make. Man, that used to make me feel so upset. It could, you know, somebody's little comment could completely ruin my day. But there's just, when you really work on that disidentification from that temporary form identity, you see through all that stuff so quickly, and you have, like, this space of compassion. Like, my first thought with this dude who said something yesterday that was totally not even necessary. Well, there was a moment of, like, why do you say that? And then it was like this space of compassion. Like, I pictured this little boy all of a sudden, and how could you not have compassion when you picture other people, you know, like when they were kids, where a lot of these wounds that happened, they start during those childhood years. And but yeah, the metaphor of the going back to the little cut in your mouth with your tongue and messing with it and it won't heal. So bringing the unconscious wounds conscious so that you can catch it before it pulls you into a trigger is part of it. But then training your mind, so your mind will want much of the time, it's the human condition. It's what this body is just designed to do, basically. And you have to override. I call it overriding the meat suit. You have to override that natural tendency for the mind to do that, to pull you into some old wound tangled up in the little neural network in your brain. And so I hope you cannot see the people in the background. I'm just whatever. You probably can't see them. And when you practice not getting pulled into that little story, and you say, no thanks, I'm just going to come back to the now, and you don't go back to that old wound, because that little story that pulls you into, you may think it has nothing to do with an old childhood experience, a trigger in the now, somebody says something rude. Well, the reason why it pulls you into this you know, trigger response is it resonates with a certain, most likely, childhood experience that caused you pain that wasn't properly integrated and processed through. And so when you practice not responding to it, I see it as you're giving, don't repress anything. I do not believe in pushing things away. I believe in, you pay attention to it, you process it, you see that trigger response, and you have enough consciousness at that point to say, oh, interesting. Here's a moment where I can choose to get pulled into the story or really work to keep my consciousness in the now and just feel those feelings. You feel it. You let yourself feel those feelings. Don't push your feelings away. Then what happens is I believe that our spirit aspect of ourselves, well, we know our body is naturally designed to heal when you get whatever's causing the problem out of the way. It is designed to naturally heal that. And it's the same thing with your spirit. When you get whatever's causing the problem, when you stop messing with the natural healing process, it will naturally just kind of heal. And it really does. It really, really, really does. Anyway, I just wanted to share that little bit with you guys. We're coming upon the holiday season. Remember love, compassion, connectedness, the messages that Jesus was teaching. You know, that's what this season is about. Also having fun and all the coziness and the decorating and the snacks. Anyway, much love to you. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.